Hi everybody, this is the Prospect Hut, and of course this is a channel dedicated for Mets prospects. So we're talking about a bunch of Mets prospects here. So you need to hit the subscribe button, and of course watch the entirety of this video. It's from MLB.com. As you know, the Mets had a terrible season, terrible finish to that season. But the one thing they did not have a bad season with is their minor league system. Their minor league system had a great year. Two of the teams in the minor leagues won championships. Met pitching graduated to the majors. 3 big prospects. And we have other prospects on the cusp of making the majors. And this MLB.com article talks about that. Number 2 prospect, Benj, among young talent ready to impact the Mets in 2026. Not many minor leaguers did more to establish themselves in 2025 than Carson Benj. Following a solid start to the season at High A Brooklyn, Benj earned a promotion to Double A Binghamton and proceeded to go bananas, crazy. Over 32 games there, the 2024 first-round draft pick hit .317 with 8 homers, prompting the Mets to bump him through further up the ladder to AAA Syracuse. That's where Benj ended his summer. I mean, he struggled and he got hurt, I guess, a little bit. Through the course of the season, he's a guy that really found his stride. Mets Vice President of Player Development, Andy Green, said, Benj is an interesting player. He's a two-way player. Just 22, Benj must prove more adept at AAA before the Mets will consider calling him up, meaning he's not likely to be an opening day option. But the team does figure to build and its 2025 roster with Benj in mind. Mets officials may shy away from acquiring a center fielder on a long-term deal, knowing Benj could be ready for by mid-season. If all goes to plan, Benj could eventually give the Mets sort of long-term center field option they have sought for years. That's a problem. Center field's a major problem. They need to find a major league center field. I'm sorry. They can't be waiting for this kid to come up. They got to get a major league center fielder. Relatedly, another recent draftee who could debut next year is number 3 prospect Jed Williams. Williams' production dipped after a late season promotion to Syracuse, but he should begin 26 at that level. Since the Mets took him in the first round in 2022, Williams has shown a consistent ability to reach base and cause havoc once he gets there. Now in 2023, he had over 100 walks, which was the most by a Mets minor leaguer since David Wright did and had in 2002. So it's a long time, over 20 years. Mets team officials remain excited for his future, which could be at second base if Benj manages to lock down center and Francisco Lindor remains entrenched at shortstop. There's going to be a lot of moves. The Mets have a lot of moves to make on their infield, quite frankly. Next up is Jonah Tong. Don't judge Tong based on his 5 largely forgettable starts over the season's final month. Before that, Tong did enough to earn the Mets Organizational Pitcher of the Year award, producing a 1.43 ERA over 22 starts in the upper minors. Barring an exceptional spring, there's a decent chance Tong will start next season back at AAA. But he's now just a short run of success away from potentially sticking in the majors for good. Beyond Tong is another wave of pitching prospects who could make noise in 2026. Will Watson at number 11, Jack Weninger at number 13, Jonathan Santucci at 14, and Zach Thornton at 23 all reached AA this year, giving them the chance to follow the path Tong and McLean blazed this season. We'll be shocked to see any of those 4 in the majors at some point late next year. Well, we'll see. And finally, I guess, this is Ryan Lambert. That's 22 best prospects. Since the day the Mets drafted him in the 8th round in 2024, Lambert has profiled as a type of hard-throwing reliever who could rise rapidly to the majors. This season, the right-hand did nothing to complicate his path, producing a 1.62 ERA split between 2 levels. His 14.6 strikeouts per 9 innings was 5th highest of any minor leaguer to throw at least 50 innings. If things continue to go well for Lambert, he could join Jonathan Pintaro and Dylan Ross, the potential homegrown bullpen option, something the relief corps badly needs. Pintaro briefly debuted earlier this year. Ross came up during the season's final weekend, but never appeared in a game. This time around, both should be in the mix from the start of spring training. These guys have to do a better job of throwing strikes. The one thing about Dylan Ross is he's the guy that throws very hard, but he has to throw strikes. And the Mets need to build that bullpen from within. The best teams usually do that. It's difficult to import bullpen pieces, to be honest with you. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.